Hi, I'm extremely nervous after having to speak after that spectacular performance. And my presentation is pretty serious, but it's something that I thought about for a lot while I was studying KMLA, and I also hope that I can resonate with you too, so I hope you enjoy. So before I begin, I'm going to talk about resonance. What is resonance? The organizers of TED gave an excellent meaning of resonance. They talked about spreading ideas, changing the world, but the only definition that I could think was the ones I learned in AP Physics, the scientific one. So resonance is a phenomenon where an object vibrates at a greater amplitude when it's subjected to vibrations of a certain frequency. Not all vibrations are able to amplify one's vibrations. Some just won't do much, and others will cancel it out completely. It's only when an object meets a vibration with some frequency that is similar to the inherent frequency, called resonant frequency, that the vibrations are amplified. Now, I believe that this is the same with students. I believe everybody has their own resonant frequency. Everybody is unique. This is such a cliche thing to say, but I truly believe that everybody is unique. And just like vibrations, only when they receive education that is just right for them. Education that is fit for the resonant frequency will be able to fully grow and reach their full potential. I was able to find my own resonant frequency. As I am studying in KMLA, like all of you, I had the opportunity to explore various fields and explore various subjects. And during that process, this allowed me to find my own unique resonant frequency, which I had completely misevaluated before. I thought of myself as a STEM student through and through. My dream is to become a computer programmer, which is clearly a STEM field subject. So I thought that I only had abilities in the STEM field, and I didn't have much abilities in the humanities. However, I found out that I was wrong about myself. As I want to be a computer programmer, and as my passion is computer programming, my best subject is computer science, obviously, but my second best subjects aren't math and science as I had expected of a stereotypical STEM student, but English and Spanish, linguistic subjects that are fit for humanities students. I have more fun when I learn about the 14 Spanish object pronouns than when I learn about hyperbolic trigonometric functions. I sit bright-eyed in my science classes. I sit bright-eyed in my English classes, eager to learn more, while in my science classes, I often find it hard to keep my eyes open. This could be due to the fact that you simply can't sleep in Mr. Menard's class without getting a place on his shit list, but I truly enjoy studying languages more than I like to study sciences. I found out that my resonant frequency was in languages, whether it's programming languages or Romance languages, and it wasn't limited to the STEM field. However, I am one of the extremely rare, extremely lucky students. To most students in Korea, receiving education that is fit for the resonant frequency is an unachievable dream. The current education system in Korea is set up in such a way that it can't accommodate the diverse requirements that students have. It can't accommodate the diverse resonant frequencies that students have. So education in Korea pressures the students to change themselves in order to fit the system, not the other way around, not the way that should be. They force only two types of education, STEM and humanities, on the many students with infinite resonant frequencies. To the majority of students, they don't even get the chance to explore their resonant frequency. Once they choose to study in one field, the subjects that they can choose are set for them. They can't choose to just take other classes because they want to. They have to study the subjects that are included in their field. This is because the current education system in Korea values students by their rank, not by their progress and effort, which leads to a highly competitive education scene. Students in Korea just can't afford to choose subjects based on their interests and unique abilities. In order to fit in decent education and in order to succeed academically, they have to study and they have to excel in subjects of their own field, regardless of their resonant frequency. I talk to friends in KMLA. Even in KMLA, where the lines that divide STEM and humanities is blurry, they still have a hard time mustering the courage to take advanced classes of other fields. Most people, they start to think, I shouldn't be taking these advanced classes part of this field. For those who choose to take such classes, there are times when they wonder if it was the right choice. They wonder if they should have just stuck to their own field. Dividing humanities and STEM also has its problem because it hinders the abilities to explore their own resonant frequencies. Studying in Korea is extremely easy to gain certain perspectives and certain views on each field. The common stereotypes of each field can be easily found as humor or as memes. This was a popular skit in a comedy program. It shows the stereotypical differences between the humanities and STEM field subjects, but it became so popular that they made their own successful YouTube channel. Posts that depict such stereotypical differences are often found as popular posts on Facebook. This particular post shows how humanities students and STEM field students perceive things in different ways. For example, when they see a 5 followed by an exclamation point, STEM field students will start to say, oh, 5 factorial, while humanities students will say, it's a very enthusiastic, very excited 5. The problem with having these kinds of views is that it is impossible to think of having various frequencies and having various diverse requirements in various fields if they start to gain these kind of views. Having access to these kinds of media that shine a certain light on the field, so perception of each field and ultimately themselves are affected. I was also a victim of these kind of views. As I am a STEM student in Korea, I unknowingly fit myself to the expectations regarding my field. When I first came to KMLA, I was very surprised when I received a compliment on my writing. I have always thought of myself as a bad writer, and I just always was discouraged by the idea of writing. When I told my mom the good news, she was happy for me, but she wasn't that surprised. She told me that I was never really a bad writer, and she didn't understand why I thought I was one. Because I was a STEM student, I just automatically thought that words and I this won't mix. I started to shy away from the thought of writing, and I started to think I won't be able to do that. Language, linguistics, literature, all the L beginning studies related to words are of the humanities field. In my head, I picture humanities students living their lives surrounded by books, reading all day, looking at words all day, while STEM field students, they live their lives on computers, they stare at numbers all day. I unknowingly started to shy away from the thought of writing because I'm a STEM student. Only after writing became mandatory, only after I came to KMLA, was I able to find out that I actually enjoyed writing. I actually had pretty decent abilities in writing. If I hadn't been able to explore my choices, I would have never found that out. Of course, dividing STEM and humanities does have advantages. I wouldn't have the analytical and mathematical skills I have right now if I hadn't studied STEM field subjects, if I hadn't studied math and science according to my field. However, the problem with dividing STEM and humanities harshly is that it puts students in a box. It's extremely rare that a student is only good in subjects of one field and really bad in the other. Most times, the students will have better abilities in one field, but they still have decent abilities in the other. But after being put in this box, students start to ignore and they start to undiscover the abilities that they have. So they start to think, I won't be able to do this because I'm part of that field. Or I should be only doing that because I'm part of this field. Shockingly, many students actually feel that they weren't even the ones to choose which box they belong to. One of my friends told me that she grew up in such an environment where she couldn't even dream of being a humanities student. All of her other family members were studying or working in the STEM field, so she was automatically a STEM student. But she started to wonder if she was really a humanities student after coming to KMLA. Another friend told me that she felt like she was conditioned to be a STEM student. She was pressured to study math and science from a very young age, and she wondered if she was actually a humanities student. It's now time to free students from their boxes. It's time to encourage people to take new chances, to explore their choices and dream of many paths before choosing the ones that they choose to walk on. There's a famous saying, jack of all trades, master of none. But nowadays, the extension of the saying, jack of all trades, master of none, but still better than the master of one, is becoming more relevant. It's now time to not simply divide humanities and STEM, but encourage students to find their own resonant frequency and cause resonance, nurture the potentials that they have, and nurture more diverse students. Thank you for listening. you.